Okay, we ready? This will be fun. Linear measures. Measures on a line. What's a line segment? Go.
It's a fraction of a line, usually ending in 2 points. And it's not infinite.
Okay. That was like 4 sentences. Can you cut it down to like?
It's part of a line.
Cut out too much. Put a little bit more back in. You want to picture one? Will that help?
Yeah.
Okay, that's what one looks like.
I know one is just like
Yeah, one right there. And you did describe it, you just gave me too much information. And then when you simplified it, you left out an important word.
What do I know?
Well, if I told you that, then, why don't you just have me write the definition?
A line that doesn't go on forever.
What's the fancy word for doesn't go on forever, which you used in your first definition?
Finite?
Good. Is that what you meant?
Yeah.
Good. You just agreed, didn't
Yeah.
you? Okay, it's a finite portion of line. Okay, more weirdness today then. How many points on a line? Infinity, right? Because it goes on forever. And how big are those points? Infinitely small, right? Okay. How many points on this line segment? Infinity. Which one's bigger? The number of points on the line segment or the number of the points on the line? They're the same. Excellent. Great answer. Infinite number of points on the line. I picked 2 of those points and gave them special names, A and B. Those special points are called the endpoints. And the way we denote a line segment is you list the 2 endpoints and you put a line segment symbol over it. So yesterday, or 2 days ago when we were talking about lines, you put a line symbol over it. When you're talking about a segment, you put a segment symbol over it. And it doesn't matter which one comes first. AB is the same thing as BA. As we progress and get more comfortable with the verbiage that we're going to be using, we usually just drop the line portion of it and just call those segments. But don't call them lines, because lines go on forever. You guys knew this already, right? Awesome. We don't need to measure it, because I don't think you have rulers. You can all draw a segment XY, right? Because you already have a segment AB, just change the A to a B, or change the A to an X, change the B to a Y, you're good to go. All right. However, I do want you to do that. Put Q between X and Y, or A and B, depending on how you drew it. Show me where you put Q. Is blue okay?
Yeah, that's
All
fine.
right, go ahead.
Blue is best color.
Thank you very much. Golf clap. All done. Did everybody put Q in the same spot? No?
I mean, yes.
No.
I mean, you don't have to.
No.
No?
No, you don't have to.
Come here. Show me where you put Q. Huh. Thank you. Golf clap. Anybody else? Is it on the segment? Just not where those other 2 are. Okay. Where'd that come from? There we go. Problem solved. What do we use? We use blue. Okay, so let's go to green now. Could I put Q over here?
Yes.
Sure. Sure. Could I put Q over here?
Yes.
That green's hard to see. Let's go with black. Could I put Q over here?
Yes.
How many places can I put Q?
As long as it's on the line.
Segment.
So I can't put Q over here?
You can, but it wouldn't be on segment.
Why not?
It's between us.
Say again, I'm sorry.
It's not on the line
So it has to be on the line segment. Okay, tell me your name again. Jovita. Okay, and tell me your name again, please. Julia. So we've got Jovita and Julia. You with me? Okay. Matt.
Yep.
Is Matt between Jovita and Julia?
Yes.
Yes.
We all agree.
Yes.
No arguments there.
No.
Good. Let's move back here. Alyssa. Is Alyssa between Julia and Jovita?
No.
Between them.
Kind of.
Yeah.
Kind of? Do you really think kind is going to work in here?
It is.
The answer's kind of for, maybe.
Depends, what day is it?
Today's Thursday. It's
In
In
late,
that
right?
case, 57.
So how many think yes? Raise your hand. She is between the other two. How many think no? How many are completely confused since I asked that question?
I'm just in deep thought.
Okay. So someone that said no, tell me why the answer is no. Go ahead.
It's not within the line segment as what would be between.
Okay, so since she's not on the line segment connecting the two of them, she's not between them. Okay, who said yes? Matt?
She's still between them.
Yeah, it is. It is.
That's
She's,
one end.
she's between them,
Yeah.
okay?
So, you know, one's-
But then your definition of between and her definition of between would be the same, or would be different, I mean. You think we can fly with that?
No.
No.
No. So we need to narrow it down. And that's the problem, that almost everybody is going to do the same thing here. I don't think, none of you put Q off the line segment, right? This audience participation part of the program?
No.
No.
Thank you, good, that's all I needed to see, or to hear, I should say. However, if I propose this problem the other way around and I asked you to list all the people between these two, some of you would list those people back behind because your views of between here and between here are different, and we can't have differing views. So, how are we going to define between for this? What makes one point between two other points? In other words, what makes Q between X and Y? And some of you have said this already, but I need to hear somebody say it again. Thomas,
It falls on the line. That
careful with your language.
line segment
Good.
that connects.
The other thing to be careful with your language is pronouns. So you said it falls on, what's it? What are you talking about? Q, or the point. So in order for a point to be between two other points, it must be good on the line segment. That eliminates the confusion about people back here being between. We don't want that. We want just these three to be between. Okay, we good? There's another dot. What the heck? Okay, we talked about that already. Now we got some notation. What's the difference between the following? I wouldn't expect you to know this, but if you want to guess, go ahead. Tell me your name.
I'm Kira.
Karen.
So AB is a line segment because it's the line over it, and AB because it's the first AB with the line over it is a line segment.
Like that thing on the previous slide.
Right.
Okay.
And then that AB isn't.
Good, but what is that?
Would
You-
you play?
No, because you need three for the plane. Any guesses on what just AB means?
Angles, maybe?
Nope, I don't even know what that word means.
No.
Any other guesses? Again, I wouldn't expect you to know that, but this is why we're doing it. She was right. That is the line segment connecting the points A and B. Very good. This is something that you're all going to forget about until the first quiz comes around and I ask you find AB and you're going to be confused. Okay? That means the distance from A to B. This is a physical object. It's that segment on the previous slide. This is a number. 6 inches, 4 miles. So at this point, we have 3 different ways we can represent this thing AB. We can do the line AB when it has a line over the top. We can do the line segment AB when it's got a line segment over the top. And if it has nothing over the top, then it means the distance from A to B, some numerical value. How are we doing so far? Good? Awesome. All right, let's do a little bit of algebra. Here's the problem. I'm going to give you a couple seconds or a couple minutes to stew on this, but go ahead and try it. Use the 4 steps that I gave you to solve this problem. The biggest task is going to be drawing the picture first. You've got a segment AB with C being between A and no, I got it wrong. Sorry, B is between A and C. So the endpoints are A and C. B is on that segment. So draw that first and label the lengths of some of those segments. And then try to set up an equation. I'll give you a hint before you get started here. Let's suppose I take a 20-inch line segment and I break it into 2 pieces. We'll call this piece 1 and this piece 2. What do you know about piece 1 and 2? They what?
They make up the line.
Which is how long? Do you remember what I said? I started with this being 20. What's that equal? 20. Okay, that's your clue. Question or answer? Hold on. Okay, how many people at least have a picture drawn? Good. How many people have the picture with the algebraic expressions listed for the various segments? Okay. How many people have an equation set up? Nice. How many people solve that equation to get x? And how many people have a final answer? Outstanding. So it should look something like this. There's my picture. So B is between A and C. I didn't put it over here in the middle. It could be in the middle. I have no clue. I just put it over here. I know that AB is 3x. I know that BC is 14. And I know the whole length is 5x minus 4. Here's the hard part. What's the equation? Tell me your name.
I said 3x plus 14 is 5x minus 4.
Perfect. Everybody hear her? 3x plus 14 equals 5x minus 4. When you solve that, Patricia, what'd you get for x? Whoa, itchy trigger finger, sorry. Let's go back here. Dun, dun, dun. Come on. We're getting there, hold on. Technological problem. There you go, x equals 9. Notice that's not the answer to the question. The question is, well, that's part of the question. You had to find x, but you also had to find AB. Patricia, how'd you find AB? Yeah, plug it back in and find out that AB is 27. Plugging it back in also makes a good balance, checks and balances, because if I plug it back in here and I plug it back in here, I can use that to check to make sure my answer is correct. So 9 times 5 is 45 minus 4 is 41. Is 27 plus 14 41? It is. We are happy. Question?
So if x equals 9, then the distance between A and B is 27, which is higher than 14. Why is B closer to A?
Because I just drew it that way. Just a
So it doesn't
reference.
matter.
Yeah. I'm just using the picture as a reference so I can visualize what's going on. Okay. Any questions on this before I click on the next slide? Good, you try it now. Same problem. This time I'm not going to work you through it. I'm just looking for the answer in a couple minutes. Let me know what time we're out of here today. 10:50? No. I hope not. I better start talking faster.
10:53.
No idea.
That's what I have.
PLC did. Third period.
What
53.
does PLC stand for?
Prospect Learning Communities. Actually, don't think we have much more to do, so we'll be okay. By the way, don't be bashful about firing up those calculators. Oh, look, she said it was same way. So you're either both right or both wrong. Yeah, which one? I don't know. She's pretty smart. She might be a good person to cheat on. Yes, I'm not correct. You're gonna cheat. Cheat on someone smart, right? Of course, if I not cheat on them, don't make the class. Oops, I forgot we're recording. Sorry, I can edit that out.
Wait,
Same. Hopeful. Where's your final answer? What that happens, you do for this.
Cheating off with someone smart or something.
That's what it asks you for. Thanks again, it asks. Good. Uh-oh. Check that.
I'm
Yeah, good. All right. The consensus seems to be x is 4 and st equals 28. Yes or no?
Yes.
Good. All right, same thing. Draw your picture carefully. T is between S and U. It doesn't matter where you put it. Label your values, set up an equation, go from there. Okay, we do have a little bit to go. We got 4 minutes. I'll get this done. Okay, here's two segments, CD and AB. And you'll notice on those segments I put these little guys in here. These are called tick marks. It's the method that we use to show when segments are the same length. And we have a term for that, and that is the word congruent. Congruent for our purposes is going to be defined as same size, same shape. And so since all segments are the same shape, we're really looking at two segments are congruent if they have the same length. And remember that whole business about us being mathematicians and being lazy? We create abbreviations and symbols for everything. So here's your first new symbol. That guy right there, if you can see, well, it's a little hard to see with that thing on that. Hold on. It's an equal sign with a tilde over it, or a squiggle if you prefer. Let's talk about the difference between these two things. This is an equal sign because what does AB mean? It's a length, right. So this is 6 is equal to 6, so we use an equal sign. This, however, we're comparing segments. AB is the same or congruent to CD. We're going to use this method for a while. Okay. And that's our new symbol for congruent. Okay. And we talked about the tick marks already. Any segments that have the same tick marks are considered congruent. So 1 tick mark each, 2 tick marks each, 3 tick marks, a little triangle, a smiley face, whatever you want to use. It's just a way to denote that segments and pictures are congruent. You'll get used to those as we use them more and more. Oh, good, we are done. I thought there was more. Any questions on any of that? So today we got a couple new definitions, and now you also have a feel for the process that we're going to go through when you're writing definitions. You wrote the definition of a line segment today. It just happened to match my definition also, which worked out just fine. Just because you're writing the definitions doesn't mean I'm going to let you throw out some malarkey that's wrong. It still has to be correct. I'll unlock the homework in a second. This is not due till Monday because, again, I won't see you tomorrow unless you end up in one of my sessions. You got all day tomorrow.
What do you have tomorrow? What do you
Sorry?
have? What section or whatever it is?
I'm doing finding your balance and one section of advocacy. So maybe I'll see some of you. And then the last session I'm doing is MMA.
Okay.
I'll be fighting someone to the death.
I'd love to see that.
Unless you're the person.
I just love to see that.
So we'll start tomorrow with a lottery, and then whoever gets picked is fighting me at the end of the day. Napa.